You know what nobody really talks about when it comes to aging eyes? It's not just about getting stronger glasses or dealing with cataracts or waiting for things to get bad enough that you need surgery. It's about what's happening every single night while you're sleeping. Your eyes are trying to repair themselves, your retina's trying to regenerate, your tear glands are trying to produce fresh moisture. Your photoreceptors are trying to rebuild the structures that let you see in low light. And most people have no idea that what they eat in the evening can make or break that entire repair process. I'm Dr. Sarah Wilson, and I've been working with people dealing with vision changes for over 30 years. I've seen patients who couldn't read anymore, who couldn't drive at night, who couldn't recognize faces across the room, and I've also seen those same people regain clarity, regain confidence, and regain independence by making simple changes to what they eat before bed. This isn't about expensive supplements. This isn't about complicated protocols. This is about 8 specific foods that support your eyes' natural ability to repair themselves during deep sleep. Today, I'm going to walk you through these 8 foods, explain exactly why they work, how to prepare them, when to eat them, and the mistakes people make that sabotage their results. I'm also going to share real stories from real patients so you can see what's possible when you give your eyes the nutrients they need at night. But first, I want to reframe how you think about vision changes. A lot of people think, well, I'm getting older, my eyes are going to get worse, there's nothing I can do about it. That's not true. Age-related vision changes are your eyes sending you a signal. They're telling you they need support. They need specific nutrients at specific times. And the evening, right before bed, is one of the most powerful windows you have to give your eyes what they need. Let's start with food number 8, and that's sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are absolutely loaded with beta-carotene, which is a precursor to vitamin A. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A, and vitamin A is vital for night vision. It's what your rod photoreceptors use to function in low light. When you don't have enough vitamin A, you can't see well in dim lighting. You struggle with night driving. You can't adjust when you walk from a bright room into a dark hallway. Here's the thing, your rods regenerate during REM sleep, which is the deep stage of sleep where most of your eye repair happens. If you eat a medium sweet potato with the skin on about 2 to 3 hours before bed, you're giving your body a big dose of beta-carotene right when it needs it. And here's the trick. You have to eat it with a healthy fat. Beta-carotene is fat-soluble, so your body can't absorb it without fat. A drizzle of olive oil, a pat of grass-fed butter, a spoonful of tahini, any of those will do. How you cook it matters too. Don't microwave your sweet potato. Microwaving destroys a lot of the heat-sensitive compounds. Bake it, roast it, or steam it. Keep the skin on because that's where a lot of the nutrients are. Eat it warm, not cold from the fridge, because your body digests and absorbs warm food more efficiently. I had a patient named Margaret. She's 71. Came to me because she couldn't see well enough to drive at night anymore. She was terrified of losing her independence. Her night vision had gotten so bad that headlights from oncoming cars would blind her, and she couldn't adjust. We started her on 1 baked sweet potato with a tablespoon of grass-fed butter every evening, about 2 hours before bed. Within 3 weeks, she told me she could see better at night. The glare didn't bother her as much. She started driving again. 6 months later, her ophthalmologist commented that her retinal health looked better than it had in years. Food number 7 is wild-caught salmon. Salmon is one of the best sources of DHA, which is an omega-3 fatty acid that's a major structural component of your retina. About 60% of the fatty acids in your retina are DHA. It keeps the cell membranes in your photoreceptors flexible and functional so they can respond to light properly. Salmon also contains astaxanthin, which is a powerful antioxidant that gives salmon its pink color. Astaxanthin shields your eyes from blue light damage and reduces oxidative stress in the retina. And here's something most people don't know. Eating salmon in the evening may improve tear production overnight. A lot of people wake up with dry, irritated eyes because their tear glands aren't producing enough moisture while they sleep. Regular evening servings of salmon can change that. How much do you need? A serving about the size of your palm, roughly 4 to 6 ounces, 2 to 3 times a week. You can bake it, grill it, pan-sear it. You can even use canned wild-caught salmon if fresh isn't available or affordable. Just make sure it's wild-caught, not farmed, because wild salmon has much higher levels of DHA and astaxanthin. I had a patient named Leonard. He's 68, complained of eyes so dry that he'd wake up multiple times during the night because they felt like sandpaper. He was using artificial tears constantly, but nothing helped. We added wild-caught salmon to his dinner 3 nights a week. Within a month, his dry eye symptoms improved significantly. He wasn't waking up at night anymore. His eyes felt comfortable in the morning. That's the power of DHA and astaxanthin working while you sleep. If you're finding this helpful and you want more practical, science-backed health tips, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. I create content to help you take control of your health naturally, and I'd love to have you here learning with me. Food number 6 is goji berries. Goji berries are packed with zeaxanthin, which is one of the 2 main carotenoid pigments in your macula. Your macula is the central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Zeaxanthin acts like internal sunglasses. It filters out harmful blue light and protects your photoreceptors from oxidative damage. Studies show that people who consume goji berries regularly have higher macular pigment density, which means better protection and better vision. And here's what's interesting. The effects seem to be stronger when you eat them in the evening because your body uses the zeaxanthin to rebuild your macula during sleep. How to eat them? Soak a small handful of goji berries, about 2 tablespoons, in warm water for 10 minutes before you eat them. This makes them easier to digest and releases more of the nutrients. Pair them with a small amount of fat, like a spoonful of plain yogurt or a few nuts, to boost absorption. Don't eat them with caffeine or stimulants because that can interfere with sleep, which defeats the whole purpose. One caution: goji berries can interact with blood thinners and some blood pressure medications, so if you're on any of those, check with your doctor first. I had a patient named Helen. She's 74, came to me frustrated because colors looked washed out and she was having trouble reading even with her glasses. We added soaked goji berries with a spoonful of Greek yogurt every night before bed. 3 months later, she told me colors looked more vivid, reading was easier, and she felt like she'd gotten some of her vision back. That's zeaxanthin rebuilding macular pigment. Food number 5 is organic egg yolks. Egg yolks deliver both lutein and zeaxanthin, and they're bound to healthy fats, which means your body can absorb them really efficiently. Lutein and zeaxanthin boost macular pigment density and improve contrast sensitivity, which is your ability to distinguish objects from their background in different lighting conditions. The key is to cook your eggs gently. Soft scramble them, poach them, or soft boil them. High heat destroys some of the beneficial compounds, and make sure you're using organic, pasture-raised eggs if possible, because the nutrient content is significantly higher than conventional eggs. 2 to 3 egg yolks in the evening, a few times a week, is a great baseline. You can have them with dinner or as a light snack before bed. I had a patient named Dorothy. She's 69, told me she couldn't see well enough to recognize faces across a room anymore. Everything looked blurry and flat. We added 2 soft scrambled pasture-raised eggs to her dinner 4 nights a week. Within 6 weeks, her contrast sensitivity improved. She could recognize faces again. She said it was like someone turned the brightness and sharpness back up on her vision. Food number 4 is bilberries. Bilberries are high in anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants that support microcirculation in your retina. Microcirculation is the tiny network of blood vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your photoreceptors. When microcirculation is poor, your night vision suffers, your eyes fatigue quickly, and you're more vulnerable to retinal damage. Bilberries have been used for decades in Europe for vision support, and there's solid research backing them up. They're especially helpful for night vision and low-light adaptation. Fresh bilberries are hard to find in a lot of places, so most people use bilberry extract. Look for a high-quality extract, standardized to at least 25% anthocyanins. Take it before bed with a handful of walnuts to boost absorption. The healthy fats in the walnuts help your body use the anthocyanins more efficiently. I had a patient named Richard. He's 76, couldn't see well enough to walk his dog at dusk anymore because his night vision was so poor. We started him on bilberry extract with walnuts every night. Within a month, he told me he could see better in low light. He started walking his dog again in the evenings. That's improved microcirculation at work. Food number 3 is black currants. Black currants are rich in vitamin C and gamma-linolenic acid, which is called GLA. Vitamin C supports the blood vessels in your eyes and helps prevent oxidative damage. GLA is an omega-6 fatty acid that reduces inflammation and supports retinal circulation. Black currants are particularly good for people who have issues with retinal blood flow or who've been told they have early signs of macular changes. They're also helpful for reducing eye fatigue and improving recovery after long periods of visual strain. How to eat them? Fresh is best if you can find them. If not, frozen works well. Avoid heat-processed versions like jams or syrups because heat destroys a lot of the vitamin C and beneficial compounds. Eat about a quarter cup with a spoonful of cottage cheese to boost absorption. The fat in the cottage cheese helps your body use the nutrients. I had a patient named Evelyn. She's 72, complained of constant eye fatigue and redness, especially in the evenings. We added black currants with cottage cheese to her nightly routine. Within 2 weeks, she said her eyes felt less tired and the redness was gone. That's vitamin C and GLA, reducing inflammation and supporting circulation. Food number 2 is saffron. Saffron contains compounds called crocin and quercetin, and the research on these is really exciting. Studies suggest that they may help regenerate photoreceptors and slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration. They improve blood flow to the retina and protect against oxidative stress. Saffron's expensive, but you don't need much. Just a few threads steeped in warm milk before bed is enough. You can use dairy milk or a non-dairy alternative like almond milk or oat milk. Let the saffron steep for about 10 minutes, then drink it warm. The warm milk helps with absorption and also promotes better sleep, which is when all the eye repair happens. I had a patient named Vincent. He's 81, had been diagnosed with early macular degeneration and was terrified of losing his central vision. His ophthalmologist told him there wasn't much he could do except monitor it. We added saffron milk every night before bed. 6 months later, his eye exam showed that the progression had slowed significantly. His doctor was surprised. Vincent said he also noticed he could read more comfortably and colors looked brighter. And food number 1, the absolute best food for nighttime eye repair, is raw cacao. Not cocoa powder, not milk chocolate, but raw cacao. Raw cacao is loaded with flavonoids, especially one called epicatechin, which improves blood flow to the retina and boosts mitochondrial production in your eye cells. Mitochondria are the powerhouses that produce energy, and your photoreceptors need a ton of energy to function properly. Studies show that people who consume high flavanol cacao regularly have better retinal blood flow and better visual performance. And the effects are strongest when you consume it in the evening, because your body uses those flavonoids to repair and regenerate during deep sleep. How to use it? Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw cacao powder into warm, non-dairy milk, almond, oat, coconut, whatever you prefer. Add a pinch of cinnamon and a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper. The cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar and the cayenne boosts absorption. Drink it about an hour before bed. I had a patient named Gloria. She's 78, had poor night vision, trouble with glare, and constant eye strain. We added raw cacao with warm almond milk, cinnamon, and cayenne every night. 3 months later, she told me her night vision was noticeably better, glare didn't bother her as much, and her eyes didn't feel as strained. Her ophthalmologist commented that her retinal health looked surprisingly good for her age. Now let me put this all together for you in a practical way. You don't have to eat all 8 of these foods every single night. That'd be overwhelming and unnecessary. But you can rotate them and build a simple evening routine that gives your eyes consistent support. Here's an example. Monday night, you have baked sweet potato with grass-fed butter and a side of wild-caught salmon. Tuesday night, you have soft, scrambled, pasture-raised eggs with a side of black currants and cottage cheese. Wednesday night, you have goji berries soaked in warm water with Greek yogurt. Thursday night, you have bilberry extract with walnuts and a cup of saffron milk. Friday night, you have raw cacao with warm almond milk, cinnamon, and cayenne. Saturday and Sunday, you rotate back through your favorites. The key is consistency. Your eyes repair themselves every single night, and they need the right nutrients every single night to do that work effectively. You're not going to see dramatic changes overnight. This is about steady, cumulative improvement over weeks and months. But the changes are real. Your night vision gets sharper, your dry eyes feel better, glare bothers you less, reading is easier, colors are more vivid, and over time, your overall visual endurance and clarity improve. Let me give you a few cautions because this is important. This information's educational, not medical advice. If you have a diagnosed eye condition, if you're on medications, if you're under the care of an ophthalmologist, don't stop your treatment or change anything without talking to your doctor first. These foods are meant to complement your medical care, not replace it. Some of these foods, like goji berries and saffron, can interact with certain medications. Always check with your doctor or pharmacist if you're on blood thinners, blood pressure meds, or any other prescription drugs. And individual results vary. Some people see improvements within a few weeks. For others, it takes longer. It depends on your overall health, your baseline nutrient status, your sleep quality, and a bunch of other factors. Be patient. Be consistent. Give your body time to heal. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Your eyes are trying to repair themselves every single night while you sleep. They're regenerating photoreceptors, producing fresh tears, rebuilding protective pigments, improving blood flow. But they can only do that if they have the raw materials they need. And those raw materials come from what you eat in the evening. 8 foods. Sweet potatoes for beta-carotene and night vision. Wild-caught salmon for DHA and tear production. Goji berries for zeaxanthin and macular protection. Organic egg yolks for lutein and contrast sensitivity. Bilberries for microcirculation and night clarity. Black currants for vitamin C and retinal blood flow. Saffron for photoreceptor regeneration. Raw cacao for flavonoids and mitochondrial health. These are natural, kitchen-ready choices. They're not exotic. They're not expensive. They're not complicated. They're just smart, targeted nutrition that works with your body's natural repair processes. And the results can be life-changing. Better night vision means you can drive safely after dark. Less dry eye means you wake up comfortable instead of in pain. Better contrast sensitivity means you can recognize faces and read signs. Reduced glare sensitivity means you can enjoy being outside without squinting. Preserved macular health means you can keep doing the things you love. Reading, crafting, watching your grandkids, enjoying the beauty of the world around you. Vision's about more than just seeing. It's about independence. It's about connection. It's about quality of life. And these 8 foods can help you protect all of that. If you found this helpful, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 8 foods you're already eating and which one you're going to start with this week. Tell me where you're watching from. Share your experiences with vision changes, what you've tried, what's worked, what hasn't. And please, hit that like button and share this video with anyone who's dealing with vision issues or who wants to protect their eyes as they age. Also, I really want to know what topics you want me to cover next. What are you struggling with? What questions do you have about eye health, aging, nutrition, circulation, sleep? Whatever it is, tell me in the comments. I'll do my research, dig into the science, and make a video on it. Your input helps me create content that's actually useful and relevant to your life. Small, sustainable nightly choices can empower your eyes to repair themselves during sleep and help you maintain your connection to the world. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency and the right nutrients at the right time. I'm Dr. Sarah Wilson. See you in the next video.